Ah, we're back. I'm touching my
Whoa!
controller.
But what I was gonna say at the end of last episode is, have you seen that clip of Snoop Dogg on a podcast talking about when he met Michael Jackson?
No.
I think it's a really funny clip because what it is because he said that he and Michael Jackson actually got to work on a song together, but it never came out. It was a song that Michael Jackson made where he called up Snoop Dogg to ask him if he wanted to feature on it, quote, like do his thing on it. And first of all, he does a Michael Jackson impression throughout the clip. It's very funny. Just to think about Snoop Dogg doing like Michael Jackson's high pitched voice.
It's me, Michael Jackson, and I want to know if you want to be on.
It's way wimpier than that. It's like, hey Snoop, I was working on this song. Like it sounds more like that. And I think it's so funny picturing, because Snoop Dogg said that he played it real cool on the phone, and then he said the moment he got off the phone, he was like, oh my god, do you know who I was just talking to? I was talking to Michael Jackson. And it was really funny picturing, because get really hyped up over talking to Michael Jackson, because like, to be fair, dude was huge. It really grinds my gears whenever people talk about like Taylor Swift and are like, gosh, her impact is just way bigger than like any artist who's ever lived. Bigger than the Beatles, bigger than Michael Jackson, and I'm like, the Beatles and Michael Jackson collectively are not comparable to any other artist that have ever lived. There's a very famous clip of Michael Jackson in a like overseas in a different country, like on television or something, you know? And he's like standing like behind a I guess a podium or a lectern of some kind with a bunch of microphones, and there's like someone talking in the background, and he notices that every time he moves, a bunch of cameras flash.
Yeah.
So he just like starts playing around a little bit.
I saw that.
Dude, no one has that reach. There was even there's even another famous clip where the streets were flooded because somehow it had gotten out that Michael Jackson was staying in this one hotel that he was staying at. So people just start like flooding to that hotel and were blocking the streets, you know? People aren't doing that over Taylor.
I don't think so.
No, they're not. It would be well documented.
Sure?
Yes.
No, but like, have we ever found out where she's like literally like where she's staying?
Yes.
During it? We have.
Probably.
See, you don't know.
We know, Wyatt. We
Exactly.
can
Probably.
track her private jet flights. We can
That's a whole jet. We don't know where it's parking or like where her feet are taking her.
I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. Michael Jackson was like a worldwide phenomenon. I don't think Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I don't think that they're on the same level, but I do feel like that her hotel would get raided if they knew.
Maybe.
Probably.
But then it was also really funny. But it was also really funny when Snoop Dogg was talking about how. Excuse me, sorry. How Michael Jackson, when they finally met like in person, he had like walked into like his trailer or something, and he was smoking, and he asked. It was funny the way that he said it. He walked in and he was like, "You want some of this, Mike?" And then he was like, "No, thank you."
Have you seen that video of just a dude? I don't remember where it was or like what it was, but it was Snoop Dogg, and he was standing literally just like next to like some guy, and it was at like some, I don't know what it was, like at like what like event it was, but I think it was like some like security or something, and Snoop is just like there like, you know, toking it up as he does, and then he offers it to the guy, and the guy's like, well, yeah, what, like he's not like super like, I'm sick of falling down.
Do you need jump spell for that, or do you just need to get good?
Just need to get good.
Yep. All right.
Yep. He needs to get good.
What is that guy? That guy's not in Zelda 1. I don't know what that is. Mesas aren't in Zelda 1.
Oh my gosh, I melted him.
I melted him.
But he's like just literally like just next to like a dude, and he. Oh my god, bro.
Oh, you
god,
lost.
Bro.
Oh.
I won.
I won.
I'm done. I thought you were gonna say it. I was waiting for you to say it. No,
sorry. Real quick.
To the dude.
Really quick.
The joint, and the joint and the guy goes like, oh, I mean, like, yeah, I guess. And it's just like, yeah, dude. When Snoop Dogg offers you to freaking, like, when you offer it.
If Snoop Dogg is offering,
weed,
you gotta smoke some of that grass.
You don't pass up, bro.
I'm not condoning drug usage.
Dude, I'm underage. Merely making Snoop Dogg offered me the weed, I'd be like, oh, dude, I can't decline Snoop Dogg.
With Snoop Dogg.
It's Snoop Dogg. It's just the law, bro, of weed.
The law of weed.
Yeah. I think I already did that horrible. Bro.
Oh.
That's an instant death just because this guy exists. See, if I didn't jump, then it would have still happened anyways. Oh, but it was a frame off, so that was actually amazing, and I get to live.
Can I say my thing real quick?
No,
it's something I forgot to mention when I was talking about the video of the guy talking about early Zelda. He also talked about the CDI games, all 3 of them. And he also talked a lot about the development behind them and why they turned out the way that they are. And it was because they were super duper rushed, and they were all made by, like, amateurs, basically, that were not very familiar with video games. It was because it wasn't made by game designers. They were all made by, like, graphic designers and programmers, you know?
Yeah.
Which I already knew that. I already knew that it wasn't like I didn't know that they weren't game designers. I just knew that they were like not experienced enough. Oh, which also I didn't know that the reason why Philips got to use Nintendo IPs. First of all, that video just told me a lot about. Okay, this is no longer a quick thing I wanted to say. Do you have anything else?
Wow. No, that's it.
All right. In that video, I also got to learn a lot more about the Philips CDI, because I didn't really know that much about it. I just knew it as the obscure video game console with Faces of Evil, Wand of Gamelon, and Hotel Mario were on. But the reason why those games are on there is because this is a very famous story. Wyatt, do you know about this? You probably do. But did you know that the PlayStation started out as a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo? I think the clan is immune to the downstab.
He hurt me. That's I didn't even bounce off of him. He just hurts me. Did I know what?
That the PlayStation started out as a CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo.
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay, well, so yeah, Nintendo, in an effort to rival Sega and the Sega CD, they were developing a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo, and they were working with Sony on it.
And I don't know how I have enough for Jump.
After they reread the contract at some point in development, like the development of the Nintendo. By the way, the CD-ROM add-on for the Super Nintendo was called the Nintendo PlayStation. The Nintendo PlayStation got as far in development as being shown off at like a public game, public tech, I guess, expo. I don't know, like an E3 or Space World type event. You know what I mean? But I don't know if it was. I don't think it was E3. I don't think E3 existed yet. I don't know if Space World existed yet either. If you've not heard of Space World, by the way, Wyatt, Space World is basically like proto E3. Yeah. So
I have not heard of Space World.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was called the Nintendo PlayStation. But it got as far in development as to the point where it got, at some point, it was shown off during a gaming technology expo. But at some point after that event, Nintendo reread their contract with Sony and then learned that they would be getting basically no profit from it and cut ties with Sony. Sony then used all of what they had learned from making that add-on to develop the Sony PlayStation, which ended up rivaling the Super Nintendo, and then that's when Nintendo shot back with the Nintendo 64, like a year after the PlayStation came out. But what Nintendo had done is, after stopped working with Sony, they continued development, but with Philips instead. Then eventually just kind of dropped out and said they weren't interested anymore. And as compensation for Philips's time, they lended a limited IP license to Philips to develop Nintendo video games for the Philips CDI, basically. And what Philips and Nintendo had worked on turned into the CDI, which is not a video game console, apparently. I thought it was. It is not. It is literally just a CD player that can do a number of things. It didn't sell very well because people didn't really know what it was. Because it could do movies, and it could do music, and it could do video games, and it could do anything that you could burn onto a CD, pretty much. Which is probably another reason why the video games on it aren't very good, is because it's not a video game console. It is basically a CD player that can play video games.
Isn't the controller, like, awful, too?
Yes, I think so. I've seen the CDI controller once.
Reflect is 40? Alright, never mind. I'm not killing these wizards then.
Oh gosh, it's like a Atari 5200 controller.
Oh my god!
Like it's. I'll just leave this here for you to look at whenever you want to. Yeah. Which is right now. But there is a gamepad for it that I see. There are several gamepads for it, this being the main one, which you can look at whenever you want to, which is right now. Sorry, I just feel like I'm distracting you too much.
I have so many keys. My god. We're the Brothers. Oh, I'm dead. Okay.
We're the Brothers. Yucky Jimmy.
I'm duh and he's der.
I'm duh and I'm
I'm and he's duh.
But butter. But yeah, that's why the CDI is the way that it is. Oh yeah, and also another thing is that if you think about it, the PlayStation controller is the exact same as the SNES controller, except it has grippable thighs and it has 2 sets of shoulder buttons.
Oh my god.
And the D-pad is the way that the D-pad is. You already know what the PlayStation D-pad looks like. So yeah, that's, like, it's really, but it's the same button layout, you know? Like, it's a D-pad, 4 face buttons, and then select and start, and then 2 shoulder buttons. It just has an extra shoulder button, and then thighs, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's the same controller. And
100, I thought it'd be like 200.
And because the SNES and PlayStation controller are the same, that's why the Xbox controller is just kind of the PlayStation controller. There's another really good video essay that I saw recently where someone was talking about the history of video game controllers and why they are designed the way that they are, and why nowadays they all kind of look the same, give or take a few minor details. So yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Video game controllers.
I don't have the boots, bro. I'm not gonna fight the boss before the boots. Boots and pants and 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 I love breakcore. I love breaking my arm and breaking my ankles.
I used to really not like breakcore, but I think it's kind of nice nowadays. Like, in snippets, I guess. I can't listen to, like, super complicated breakcore for, like, a while, but, like, if you give me, like, a breakcore beat over, like, a really, like, simple instrumental, I'm like, that's nice, and I kind of like the way that the drums sound. Breakcore is kind of neat. but I'm not like a breakcore head.
Oh my god. Wow.
Dude, I freaking kind of despise the trend of just calling music genres like blank core, referring to like a genre. I really don't like that.
Yeah, like we could like rock and roll core, dude, like opera core.
I get it if it's like a subgenre of a subgenre, you know what I mean? Like slowcore. I get that because that's a subgenre of slacker rock, which is a subgenre of indie rock, you know, which is already a subgenre of rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I get calling it slowcore, but like breakcore, I have no idea what that's what that's a label of outside of electronic music, you know what I mean? I still don't know my electronic labels that much. Like, I don't know what the difference is between synth pop and electro pop, if there is no difference. Or if there is a difference, I mean. And electronica, and EDM, and, well, I know EDM, and I know dubstep and house, roughly.
I don't know any genres, like, ever. I have no idea what I listen to.
I like it when I discover a band or artist and I can't immediately think of like 3 genres off the top of my head that describe their music, because it means that like their music is special to some degree. Like, do you remember what I was telling you about when one of our friends like sent me a playlist and asked me to talk about it, and I was just like, this is just all like modern emo / alternative / indie rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Black Country New Road is like
it's like different, bro.
like I would say the big 2 Black Country New Road genres are post-punk and chamber pop, which are 2 extremely different genres already. And post-punk itself really only refers to like early Black Country New Road / Nervous Conditions, whereas Ants From Up There, their second album, and especially Live at Bush Hall, is that what it's called? I don't remember. Lean way more into chamber pop, especially Live at Bush Hall.
Oh boy.
Whereas Live at Bush Hall is just straight up like not a whole lot of guitar stuff going on, and that's probably because, you know, like they used to have 2 guitarists, now they have 1. But like that's one thing I like about Ants From Up There is that like it blends those 2 different styles. Like every now and then you still get a very, very like Midwest emo guitar riff, but you get it with some classical instrumentation and some incredibly characteristic British vocals. Their first album for the first time is also really good as well. It's just way more post-punky, like way more noisier.
Oh
like,
my
gosh,
gosh.
the very like last minute.
I know, it's amazing. Dude, I freaking love Black Country.
The very last minute of the song
what
Science
the balls,
Fair,
son?
like gives me goosebumps. It's so freaking heavy and hard, and I really wish that modern Black Country New Road got as heavy as early Black Country New Road. The heaviest I think they ever got on their recent album, I say recent, but it was like 2 years ago. Well, it actually wasn't 2 years ago. It was like quite literally 1 year ago.
Wait, I can just open this. Yeah.
Was the tail end
Ooh!
of the song I Won't Always Love You. Anyways, I'm stimming. I'm talking about music. I'm talking about my interests and hobbies.
Oh my
I'm stimming.
goodness,
I gotta
shut your
stop
mouth.
it. I'm so sorry.
God.
The viewership immediately tanked.
It immediately tanked. Oh my gosh.
Why was I even talking about this?
Because I did a
You
bit
said
about breakcore.
and then I started thinking about
Whenever
music.
whenever I do the slightest like reference about breakcore, you start going on crazy. You start frothing at the mouth. You start going crazy.
I just love music. I can't stop thinking about it.
It's beeps and boops. Oh my goodness. It's so boring. I hate music. I hate it. I hate songs. I hate albums. I hate beats. I hate rhythms. I hate melodies. I hate songs. Oh. 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 I don't remember where the boss is.
But you found him before.
You found him. I did find him before.
Zelda. Ooh, I love Zelda.
One thing that I can talk about was one of my friends was streaming on Twitch. He was playing Undertale, which is apparently a blind playthrough. First of all, blind playthrough of Undertale in big 2024 is crazy. And it like actually was blind. I remember when we were talking about Undertale at one point a couple of weeks ago. Well, longer than that, honestly. And I remember I said something about Undertale, and he like stopped me and told me that he like did not know anything about most of Undertale. And I was like, really? Because he's like super into like a whole lot of like other common like fandom stuff, you know, like Five Nights at Freddy's is a common example.
Yeah.
Because he's into FNAF. But I was like, you don't really know that much about Undertale? And he goes, I know the meme stuff. And so it was like he doesn't know anything about the game itself, but he knows a lot of the popular stuff. You know, so like, and he streamed for like 5.5 hours, like, jeez. And I was watching it because I just wanted to see a blind playthrough of Undertale in 2024. And when Mettaton was first named, he mentioned about how he was like, oh, I recognize that name. And then when Mettaton EX showed up, he said, okay, this is the Mettaton that I know about.
Yeah, that's what all the people.
I
get so annoyed at that. Mettaton. I get so annoyed at people who do blind playthroughs of Undertale, and they're like, this isn't Mettaton. It's like, yes, it is, and it's the better design of Mettaton, and it's the better Mettaton.
Well, he didn't say that.
Box square funny Mettaton is funny and better. It's better.
He didn't say.
And everybody loves the big leg Mettaton. And he's so boring.
And he's
so
hot
like,
and sexy, dude. And I just want to do devious things to him.
Pander
I want him to do devious things to me.
Exactly.
On God.
It's just made to pander to internet people. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I love drawing legs and hot people. But it's like, what about the funny box?
I love gay men.
It's not even funny. The box is funny.
I love gay men. I love you.
Anyways, by the way, can I shout him out? Do you care if I shout him out?
Sure.
It's your fave hero.
Don't do it. I can only
YOURFAVHERO, no spaces. I don't think it's case sensitive on Twitch. But yeah.
I think it was this way.
What's also interesting is that he's doing a neutral playthrough because he doesn't know anything about like the pacifist ending.
Oh my gosh.
Or the genocide ending outside of, you know, like he knows about the Sans fight. Stuff like that. But like, so he's doing a neutral playthrough because he basically just kills monsters whenever they are annoying him and he can't figure out how to spare them, kind of, which is fair. So it really is like the most true I think you could get to a blind Undertale playthrough in the current day, which is, I don't know, it's very fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love killing things. So if I was blind and I played Undertale, I would just be killing things.
One thing that was funny was spoilers for the very end of the neutral ending of Undertale. Spoilers.
For all you blind folks out there.
Is that when after Flowey kills Asgore and absorbs Asgore's soul and crashes the game, he got confused and was like, does this count as an ending? And what was funny was because he was like streaming it.
Oh, I need the reflect magic, and I don't have the reflect magic because I don't have magic.
What was funny was you could hear the game close, like you could hear Windows go ba-da-doom, and because it tabbed out, it put up his "Be Right Back" screen, which is a picture of his cat drinking water from his kitchen sink. That's labeled "Be Right Back." Like, it's a really funny picture, but it just went up automatically because the game tabbed out, and he was like, what? Was that an ending? And then there was this one guy in the or girl, or NB, in the chat that was like, yeah, that's the ending. And I'm like, stop talking about the game, because I would only ever chime in to the chat to talk about things that had just happened. Like, I think the only time where I talked about something was when he was trying to find Temmie Village, and I said, do you want a hint? Because he couldn't find it. And then also when he asked me sincerely, what happens when you send Temmie to college? And I just said, she goes to college and then gets educated. Duh. And I didn't talk about Temmie armor. I did eventually, but yeah, that was really it. But I don't know, it kind of bothered me the way that this person, who I didn't know, so no ill will, no offense, was like, yeah, that's the ending. There's nothing left. Even after he had already reopened the game. Anyways, spoilers over. And we can probably end the episode.
Oh, yeah. But check this.
But first, get this magic. Magic.
Wait,
magic potion.
I might have already used it. I already used it.
Can you leave the palace and then come back?
I'm not so sure about that. Hey! Wow. I like video games and exploitation, but not when put together. I rather exploit people for their weaknesses and their fallacies and mistakes that they've made in the past. And I like bringing out those mistakes and threatening them for— whoa, like all the enemies are back? What the butt? What in the butt?
This is in fact why I am in every single Wide Anger Let's Play video. He is keeping me hostage and has heinous things that I have said and done in the past held against me as blackmail. Some of these things include literal felonies, such as
nod my head.
Nods my head in agreement.
Oh my god. These guys are just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Oh my god, it's just so annoying.
Don't die. Can you kill them?
Oh my god. No, I can't kill them unless I use the reflect magic. But I'm not gonna do that because it takes my whole freaking magic bar, which is stupid. If it's literally the one tool you need against, like, an enemy, then it should be something like fire, where it costs, like, a little bit of your bar. It's stupid.
Yeah,
and it's dumb.
Wizrobes in the first game are really annoying because, well, first of all, red Wizrobes are fine because they have way less health, and they can't teleport around. They can just go through stuff. Blue Wizrobes, like, literally disappear and reappear, like, right in front of you, and can phase through walls, and they have so much health. That's why blue Wizrobes are annoying, is because they can teleport all around, and can teleport in places that are extremely inconvenient for you.
And here they're annoying because they're literally invincible and you can't kill them ever.
Like, when I was playing a Zelda randomizer, a few weeks ago, and one of the things I did was I made—
What if I got a game over instead and actually nothing matters?
I made Wizrobes weak to the wand, so that way I could get them from a distance, because they're just so annoying. And you need the magic shield to deflect it. Like, if you don't have the granted, late game Zelda 1, if you don't have the magic shield, you're screwed. You're not gonna survive anything.
And you should subscribe to my channel, and you should leave the video, and you should die! Oh my god!
Don't forget to smile!
I want all of my viewers to die!
Whoa! For legal reasons, this is a joke brought to you by
For legal reasons,
and company.
This is all real! And I mean everything I'm saying! And I need the world to burn, and my throat hurts.
Me turning to the camera doing this for every Wyatt Anger YouTube channel Let's Play.
Bye, everybody.